everyone, it's me, Balo Sparks, back at you with a new What If video. I don't know what to say. I'm really sorry that I haven't been making What If videos for a while. It's just that I found this cool app called Wattpad. If you don't know what Wattpad is, then you should really know about it now because it's an amazing app that I downloaded, and it lets me read other readers other writers their stories. It's all they're fan fiction. Some of the other books are like published, like published novels on there. So pretty much, yeah, they're expensive. So I don't actually do that. I don't actually buy them. I read the fan fiction ones that are not expensive to read. So yeah, I really do like reading new fan fiction. And yeah, I haven't been watching other What If videos for a while because I was focused on reading those stories. It was it was actually fun. It was really funny, and there were some funny things and other things, yeah. But anyway, I read this one. I was gonna do a what if Deku was the could use chi or something like that. I was also thinking about doing a what if the three legendary Sannin were in My Hero Academia Part 2, but I thought of something more interesting, more of an interesting thing. Maybe I should do that, maybe not. In my brain it said that maybe no, don't do it, because literally I'm not, because it's my mind keeps saying that I'm not ready for that. But screw it, I am gonna do it. Before I could start this what if video, I want to so I've watched a few videos about this organization called Kappa, and to tell you the truth, I don't own any of the characters or anything like that. I'm not that type of dude. I'm not really that much of a creative person. I don't know how to draw. I'm figuring out how to edit things. It's kind of hard and difficult and hard to understand, but I'm getting to it. But anyway, how could I say this without sounding like a complete idiot? I don't know how to say this. My channel is not for kids. Not for kids. I watched Kid Zeus's video. I only watched like half of it. Then I decided to make my video because I remembered something. I could do what if Deku could use chi, like was the master of chi or could use it, and things like that. So I thought about that, but maybe another time. But this one's going to be what if Deku had the Nemetrix, and I got this from a fan fiction novel. So yeah, Deku, he's gonna be like. So yeah, let's get to the story. Here is my story, and it's kind of like a makeshift, like it's gonna be kind of like that. Deku will have a harem in this. This is gonna be another what if about what if Deku was the only male with a quirk. So yeah, to tell you the truth, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, Deku will be the only male with a quirk. His quirk is gonna be, well, let's see, sound manipulation. He can manipulate sound, he can create sound and create shape and manipulate sound. So yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Anyway, let's get into this. Okay. This is gonna be what if Deku had the Nemetrix. This is where Deku was actually about 5 years old. I'm not gonna make it that he's 10. So yeah, Deku is about 5 years old. He finds out that he has a quirk. Finds out that he has a quirk when when for some reason his voice begins to become louder and it kind of breaks a few windows. Everyone in kindergarten is surprised and was shocked that Deku had a quirk. Even the guys were even shocked. And Kasumi, well, this is gonna be the female version of Bakugo, was also shocked to find out that Deku has a quirk, because in their world, boys do not have quirks. So yeah, Deku will be popular and be kind of respected, I think. I don't know. Really, I just really don't know. Anyway, everyone from around Japan knows about Deku and his, sound manipulation quirk. And I don't think there's going to be any rules against him using his quirk. Because to tell you the truth, the rules are only evolved around girls using their quirks and restricting them to tell them not to use their quirks. So yeah, Deku doesn't have any rules against him because he can actually use his quirk as much as he wants, because the rules only circulate only on the girls, because this is actually the first time that any male has actually ever manifested a quirk, and currently right now he's the only male who actually did manifest a quirk. So yeah, you're wondering how would Deku get the Nemetrix? Don't worry, I'll get to that. Anyway, I continued this now. Deku is now just walking around, just running, in the city with his mom. His mom didn't know, found out that Deku also had a quirk. Also found out that Deku had a quirk. She was actually proud. She was actually happy that he'll become the first male hero. Deku then said, last night, he was actually like, him and his parents decided to go, actually no, Deku actually takes a short, we go to exactly 2 years. We skipped into 2 years. Deku is now 7 years old. He's in, I think elementary school? I think? I don't know. I forgot. Anyway, he's in elementary school. Anyway, Deku is now taking a shortcut back home. Because, well, Kasumi, she kind of makes... Actually, she always gets close to... Actually, that before Deku actually manifested a quirk, she was very overprotected. She was very protective of him, making sure that no one tried to bully him or hurt him, because even though he was quirkless, there was no way he deserved that, because he didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong being quirkless. But finding out that Deku had a quirk, finally actually manifested a quirk, she found less reason to actually be protective of him. And, she starts, goggling him or something like that. Deku then, okay, let's get back to Deku with taking a shortcut. He sees in the sky that there's a shooting star, and he's wondering, that's weird. Why is there a shooting star still in the afternoon? Deku then just shrugs it off as nothing and just wish on the stars, saying, I hope I become the best hero I can be. Just like her, All Might. He makes a promise on the star and says, I will become a hero. I'll let everyone know they don't have to be worried about me. And then the shooting star then just stopped, and like in Ben 10, yeah, it did that. And Deku, he opened his eyes and said, what the hell? What in the world? And he just jumped. He actually tries to run away, but then he trips, so he just jumps into a bush, and it came crashing down. Deku Deku gets out of the bush and sees the huge crater that was created, and he's wondering what the heck was that. And he looks at the crater and he sees that it's some kind of satellite thing. He goes in closer and it opens up and there's a weird looking watch of the and we all know it's the Nemetrix. And Deku he picks the watch up and he doesn't know why a watch is outer space or something like that. He he didn't he didn't press something by accident. Presses on the front of the watch on the Nemetrix, and it kind of reacted to that. Pretty much reacted to that, and it it latched itself onto Deku's neck, and Deku's like, "What the?" And Deku, he's trying to remove it, trying to take it off him. He's wondering, why the hell isn't it getting off of me? He's trying to get it off of it as much as he can, but it won't get off of him. He then gets out of the crater and goes back home. He then gets out of the crater. No, doesn't go home. He gets out of the crater and he goes into an abandoned building, and he tries to get it out, get it off of him, off his neck. He even picks up a rusted screwdriver that was abandoned. Like I said, he was in an abandoned building. He grabs it and tries to get it off his neck, but it won't get off. He even tries to break it, but it won't come off. It's like it's indestructible. Oh, Deku just gives up and says, ah, ah. He's all tired trying to get it off. I give up. This thing is never coming off. Damn it. What am I going to do now? If I go back home, my mom's going to ask me, son, she's going to be like, son, why is there a choker on your neck? And I'm going to have to explain it, but she won't believe me. She'll believe that maybe somebody was playing a prank on him. But then he presses on a, but then when he puts his hand on the Nemetrix, he accidentally does something. It actually, some whistle comes out and it actually flies out and just hits the wall. And just bounces off. And Deku, he goes over to pick it up and he says, "What the heck? Why is there a whistle in there? Wait a minute. How in the world was it able to fit in there?" Izuku picked it up and he blew it and it's played a strange sound. And the watch reacted to this, and Deku is like, and something happens. He's engulfed in some kind of red light. And he's now transformed into, you know that inside the bug swatter, the alien from Ben 10 Omniverse, yeah, that one. How do I describe it? It's white, it has white skin, black on its it has a black cover on its back, and it has a long tail that and on the tip of it kind of looks like a sword, kind of like a diamond-shaped dagger, and he kind of looks like a bug eater. So yeah, Deku is wondering what just happened, and he only hears growls and hisses, and he sees a puddle, and he goes over there, and right before he got there, he sees his hands, and he's walking on all fours, and he sees his hands. They're like animal-like hands. He's wondering what's going on. And then he goes over to the puddle and he sees himself as a monster. A hideous, horrific monster. He's saying, "What the hell? What did this thing do to me?" Deku was wondering and horrified of what he's become. Then he smells smoke. He's wondering where it's coming from, and when he goes through the forest, he's on the cliff and he sees fire. The whole forest in front of him is burning. Under on And Deku, he's just watching and he just sees the whole thing burning. And he's wondering, how the hell did this happen? Why is this happening? The heroes then come along and then try to put out the fire, but the other heroes can't get close because it's too hot, too tensed for them to actually go through it. Deku then hears a scream and it's coming from the forest. Deku is trying to think of, what am I going to do if I go in there? They'll call me a monster. What am I going to do? Deku then stops thinking and just, the hell with it. The hell with it. Hell with it. I'm going to help them. Then he lets out a huge roar and it caught the attention of all the heroes that were taking out the fire, trying to take out the fire. They see Deku and he jumps from the cliff and he's about to go into. He runs towards the burning forest. The heroes were trying to stop him, but he jumped over them and he goes into the forest, the burning forest. And he's still running in there and he hears crying and he hears crying and things like that. He hears someone crying and he goes even deeper into the forest, into the blaze of inferno inside the forest. Then he finds a family and he crawls over to them and they see him and they're saying, and they're all just scared they're scared out of their minds. Uraka, you know Uraka, yes. She goes over to Deku, slowly goes over to Deku, and his dad's and and Ochako's parents said, "No, don't go. Ochako, stay away from it." She didn't listen and she began to walk even just a bit slower to him, and she lifted her hand. She lifted the back of her hand, the front of her hand, and Deku, he nuzzles onto it, and she says, "He's not trying to hurt us. I think he wants to help us." And Deku, he uses his tail, wraps it around Uraka, lifting her into the air and putting him on his back. His parents, Ochako says, "Mom, Dad, get on," and they hesitated, but they got on anyway. And Deku, he begins to rush out of the forest. The three hang on, and then then Deku sees a tree just fall, and Ochako says, "Stop! Stop!" And Deku, he doesn't listen, he just goes straight and just jumps over it. Ochako's dad did fall off, but Deku, he managed to grab him with his tail and put him back on his back. The heroes are trying to put out the fire, but then they hear something coming from the forest, and bam! Deku just came out of the forest. with a small family on his back. He then stops, and the heroes, they're just like, what the hell is that thing? And he stopped. Deku then stops and just lays down and lets the family get off of him. They didn't get off of him, and the heroes were about to. A few of the heroes got out of the trance and just were about to catch Deku, but then Deku just he did Deku just ran Deku just ran away, and he crawls onto the mountain, and he climbs up to the mountain and just let out a humongous roar that everyone could hear. Even the people, even the people heard it, and they were wondering. And some of the people that weren't there at the fire, they even heard it as well. Deku then made his way back home, but before he did, the Nemetrix then times out. Then Deku is wondering, how do I change back? How do I change back? I don't want my mom to see me. How am I going to fit through the window? Then he wonders, and he tries to make the same sound that the whistle did. And he does. It does. Deku immediately transforms back to himself, and now he's back to normal. He then goes home to the apartment building, and he tried to act normal. He eats dinner, and he goes to his room, and he's trying to find out what the heck did just happen to him. And Deku, he's wondering what this thing is and why he transformed it into that thing. And Deku, he's trying to find out what happened, and he's wondering, a bunch of conspiracy theory things about the military, space, aliens, things like that. But then he just shrugs it off and just, well, I'm just gonna have to figure it out. I guess I have a lot more to do tomorrow. I'm gonna need to find out how to use this new power of mine. I guess I should just dub it as a quirk, I guess? No. I should just say that it looks cool. So yeah, Deku goes to sleep, and Deku unaware, the Nemetrix then turns green. But not the collar, just the front line of the Nemetrix turns green. Deku then goes to sleep. And if you're wondering, yes, Deku is going to become a vigilante. Not only does he have a sound manipulation quirk, but now this new power. His vigilante name will be known as the Beast. Anyway, that's all, everyone. Thank you for watching this amazing What If video, and thank you. And if you're all wondering, yes, this video is only for 13-year-olds. Not for... If you are 13, then you can watch this video. But if you're not 13, don't even think about it. And thank you, everyone, for watching this amazing What If video. I love you all, and have an amazing day.